Hi, I'm Kalia, and this is my reinvention journey. I'm starting over at 65 and going a new direction. Now, I found myself in a place that so many people are finding themselves nowadays, and that is facing retirement without a retirement income, without a pension, without a savings account that's going to carry me throughout the next several decades. And so it doesn't look like I get to retire like a lot of my friends and family are, where they can just do whatever they feel like doing and live their life the way that they want to live their life. And now, I did go into a funk about that. I felt depressed about that for a while, but then I realized that maybe retirement isn't all that it's cracked up to be anyway. We don't want to just stop living our lives and sit on the sofa and watch TV, or not really be productive in the world. I think that feeling purposeful, obviously, it doesn't end in the retirement age. It is something that our soul really needs, is to have a sense of purpose. So even if we are retiring and we have all the money in the world that we need to fund our retirement and we can just travel and enjoy life, that's great. But I have heard people say that after a while, they're missing a deeper sense of purpose. So perhaps not having the funds to retire for me is a good thing, because it redirects my energy into being productive in a different kind of way than I've been in the past. So in the past, I was trading hours for dollars by offering a coaching service. And so people were coming to me for coaching and clinical hypnotherapy and the things that I was offering, and trading my time for money. And of course, you can't scale much beyond your ability to take people one-on-one unless you're doing group coaching and getting into that whole world. But I really enjoyed doing the one-on-one, and I'm still doing some one-on-one coaching, counseling, and hypnotherapy. But I realized it wasn't going to help me in my retirement. So I had to go back to the drawing board, and instead of being depressed that I don't have a pension, that I don't have larger Social Security, that I don't have a larger savings account, in order to have a positive mindset, I had to go back and ask myself, what can I do now to move forward? Because we can really beat ourselves up about what we didn't do or what we don't have. And sometimes there's circumstances beyond our control. It's not our fault that we are where we are. I know a lot of people that they got laid off before they expected to. Some people, their companies got bought out and their pension plans went downhill. There's a lot of things that can happen beyond your control. And like me, I lost my life savings to fraud and theft. So here I am moving into my 60s. My bank account has dried up and my business is drying up. And I'm saying, okay, now what? And of course, it's easy to go into feeling depressed and feeling like life has done you wrong. And even feeling like, well, I may as well just die early, having that die early mentality. And I've heard people say that too. Maybe I'll just die early and I don't have to deal with it. But for me, I looked for a better way, because I didn't want to look at my future depressed anymore. And I didn't want to try to do the numbers to figure out how I can survive on $1,000 a month. That wasn't going to work for me, especially with prices going up and up and up. So even though I've heard about people like moving into their minivans and living on $1,000 a month, I have a minivan, I could do that, but that is not the lifestyle that I really want. Not to say that it isn't fine for the people that are loving it, but that isn't the life that I want. I don't want to always have to be stressed about money. And even with gas prices being what they are and everything, I think a lot of people that are choosing a nomadic life are being faced with high gas prices that are keeping them in the same place for a lot longer. It's not ideal right now. And I needed to come up with something else. But let me talk about some of the things that I have done. I've tried to breathe life back into a business that seemed to be asking me to go a different direction, and it wasn't working, and the clients weren't coming. I was fortunate to have a steady flow of clients I had worked with in the past that were still coming back to me for refreshers or that I was still working with. So I was fortunate to have that. But I was looking at different ways to generate income, and even looking at, working remotely with an online job or doing contracts and different things like that. And I was really paying attention to how I felt. So as I start going into the job market, looking for a job where they weren't going to pay very much per hour, and so there wasn't going to be any way to save money necessarily. It was going to be more a for now thing. It would pay me for now, but pretty soon I would likely get burned out and wouldn't want to continue with it. So even though I was going down that road and looking for work externally, after working online for 20 years, owning my own business, being my own boss, and having control over my own life, my hours, my vacation time, the days that I chose to work and the days I chose to take off, I didn't want to give that up. Because in a way, the last 20 years have offered me an awful lot of freedom. And I loved that freedom. And after having that kind of freedom, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to feeling like I'm trapped or that somebody else owns me and my time and has that kind of power over me. It just wasn't what I wanted to do. So I chose to get into affiliate marketing. And of course, my first thoughts, I went back and forth. In fact, I've been going back and forth about this for several years. And to be honest, the reason I've been going back and forth is just fear. Fear. I could see the possibility, but there was that question that so many of us have, which is, it's probably not going to work for me. Or that I have to be somebody that I'm not in order to be successful. And there is truth to that. I do have to be somebody I'm not in order to be successful, but not in a bad way. I'm not going to align with something that isn't in alignment with who I am, with my morals, my ethics, and my values. I absolutely will not go down that path. But I am being asked to expand myself, to move through my fears, to become a better version of myself. And that is where I would be required to be somebody else, to go through an identity shift, to go from somebody that's kind of afraid. I'm a real introvert. I may not appear that way, but I'm a real introvert, which has allowed me to have this depth that I have brought to my clients and to the workplace, to be able to really go deep with people, to really go deep into their emotional landscape, their psychological landscape, and understand what's going on there. But introversion can make it really challenging to be in a, let's say, marketing-based business. But here's what I realize is that I've already been in a marketing-based business. In fact, my business of 20 years, I had to market myself to get clients. Now, I found ways of marketing myself that didn't feel like marketing. It was just basically doing what I'm doing now, talking to people and building trust and letting people know who I am and what I believe and what I think and how I can help them. And that was enough. I built my business basically on my writing and my podcasting back in 2006. But that doesn't work anymore because the algorithms have changed so much that I was no longer being found like I was in the beginning. I couldn't just be a great writer on a topic or a great podcaster and speak about a topic and bring people in. There was a lot more that was required. And so I was back to this drawing board going, well, I'm going to have to invest the energy and the attention in growing a business. And even though I've gone back and tried to rehabilitate my past business, I wasn't getting the results that I wanted. And so for me, that was a redirection. And of course, I wasn't looking to trade hours for dollars anymore. I wanted to do something that would bring in that residual income and take the place of a pension or a savings account, knowing that if I built enough, I want to say rather than customers or affiliates, because this is affiliate marketing, I'd like to say maybe members or subscribers, because I am interested in the membership model. The membership subscriber model will pay you over and over again each month on the same affiliate, on the same person, as long as they stay a member. And so that to me sounded pretty good, because I'm not being the kind of affiliate marketer where I just have to keep selling to new people every day in order to make money, because that's kind of that same model. I make money once and then I'm back to having to work really hard at marketing in order to get new people in. And in the model that I'm looking at, you can get one person and get paid on them over and over and over again. And that is the residual income that I'm looking to build. Now, there's no guarantee that people are going to stay with the program, but if they're people like me that build a type of dependency on that program for their paycheck, they're going to stay, especially if they have built a certain amount of income and people. And that's what I'm looking for as far as who I'm looking to bring on as an affiliate. It's people that want to make a residual income and want to commit to the program in order to continue to get that residual income month after month that will allow them the freedom that they want to live their life on their own terms. So I want to be free to continue to travel and to have my free time and to have my morning time and all those things that are important to me. But I'm a hard worker too. I will admit I have spent long days behind the scenes. It's not just about taking clients, it's about what happens behind the scenes in order to even get those clients. I'm not afraid of hard work. And the beauty is with people that are of retirement age, or even any age really, because there's a lot of people that have disabilities nowadays. And with disabilities, it can be really hard to do jobs that require you to be on your feet all day or that require physical labor of any kind. But it also can be hard to sit behind a computer all day without taking the necessary breaks to get up, to stretch, to move your body so that you're not getting too stiff. And that's something that working for yourself, doing something like affiliate marketing, you can come and do your work and then you can get up and take breaks and then come back and get up and take breaks and just really build your work life around your personal routine so that you're taking care of yourself. And the older we get, the more important it is that we take care of ourselves. So I love this model. I believe this model. In fact, I believe it's the wave of the future, because we do hear that AI is taking over more and more of our jobs, and that is true to a certain extent. But AI will not take this over. It cannot take this over, because this is a people business. It's based on people succeeding. It's based on people creating an online residual income. And that is the beauty of it, is that we do have AI tools in the back office of the program that I'm participating in. Great AI tools for helping to write emails, to write sales copy, things like that. But it doesn't replace us. It's not taking over our job. It's helping us with our job. And that's what AI should do. It should be there to support us in what we're doing. I don't feel that AI will ever replace what I'm doing in this business, because the business is building people. And AI can support people, but they can't build people. I don't care what you say. I have used AI in a lot of different capacities, and I do like it. I like working with AI. I oftentimes love the input that I get, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes it just feels wrong. But the thing is, it's AI, it's not human. And as humans, we need connection. We need to work together. We need to support each other. And I believe the model that I am working with is a great model, because it's really about people coming on board and learning the skills and the knowledge and everything they need to help other people to build an income. It's not multi-level marketing. I'm not a fan of multi-level marketing. I think it's fine for those that love it, and I'm not knocking it. It's a model. I don't like it personally, because you're so dependent on other people to make it work. And we're always dependent on other people to a certain degree. Like if I don't get affiliates, then I'm not going to get paid. So I am dependent, but I'm not dependent on my affiliates being successful. I would love for my affiliates to be successful, and I will do everything I can to support my affiliates to be successful, the people that I bring on. But if they don't perform, if they're not working through their own roadblocks, fears, insecurities, and the things that get in their way of taking action every day, the right kind of action, then my business doesn't depend on that, because I'll find somebody who is willing, who is ready. It's kind of a numbers game. And I have been that person that fades away, that never gets a sell, that I've tried different things throughout my career. Even though I had a thriving business, I still tried other things. I have tried affiliate marketing before. I have tried side hustles before to make extra money, and it was just never for me. It never worked well for me, because I wasn't ready to commit to it. And it's not, sometimes it is the program, sometimes it is the business, but often more so, it's the people. We are the ones that make a business successful. And if we're not dedicating ourselves and committing ourselves to growing our business and growing ourselves, then we're not going to succeed. There's a lot of simple systems, simple turnkey systems that are going to do all the work for you. That's not true. That's a lie. And one thing I like about the company that I'm working with is that they tell you the truth. that we provide an easy turnkey system. If you want to come in and just plug into a system and start promoting it right away, we've got that for you. We've got the follow-up for you. We're going to do all the back-end work for you. But you can also do it for yourself because we have the tools for that too. So somebody might come in and start just by plugging into a system, an automated system that does everything for you. And that is the beauty of AI. That is the beauty of automation, is that it can make our lives a lot easier. But it's not going to do the work for us. So we have to realize, what can we outsource to AI and what do we have to do ourselves? So the turnkey system that I went ahead and plugged into, because I want to try that before I create my own funnel, because I want to be able to test it for myself, to share that with other people. So that's where I'm starting, and it's really easy because I don't have to do anything except for, enter in my name and send people to that system. Because we're affiliate marketers, the word marketing is in there. And it's not the system that's the problem. There's a lot of systems that can work just fine. Some are better than others, but the system is not the problem. If the system in the business aligns with who you are and your integrity and what you believe in, then the system will work. It's you, it's me. We are the deciding factors of our success. So we have to have the ability to develop online or offline relationships, because you can go old school if you want. You can do print advertising. You can do a lot of things to generate attention. But one thing that we have to realize in today's marketplace, that I realized the hard way, is that if you're not putting yourself out there in a way that gets the right kind of attention, and you're not building relationships continually online, you're probably not going to get the sales, so to speak, because people are buying from people they know, like, and trust. So in the current internet age, where there's so much noise and there's so much spamming and there's so much in-your-face sales, buy this, it's going to transform your life, it's going to make your life great. Most of us tune that out anymore. We're tired of it. We want to be fed. We want to be nourished. We want to be guided. So if you are going to join something, you want to join something that you're not going to just be abandoned and left alone. And that's what happens. And that's what's happened to me in a lot of businesses that I've joined, is I've just been abandoned, basically. Okay, we got your money. And even if it's a residual income, even if I'm paying every month, I think a lot of affiliates don't realize that they have to nurture their people. If they don't nurture the people that come in, those people are going to feel abandoned and they're probably going to quit. We don't want to have a team of quitters. We want to have a team of people who are growing and expanding and becoming better versions of themselves, and celebrating the wins and sharing the challenges and getting supported through those challenges, and being able to say, this scares the heck out of me. I'm afraid. I don't know where to start. And that's kind of how I felt. It's like, I'm great at doing certain parts of the business, of any business. I feel like really good about writing emails. I feel really good about working with people. But the marketing, just the word marketing, the word sales, scares the heck out of me. So I could not really go there. I had to learn another way. Several years ago, I ran across a company that specializes in attraction marketing. And they're geared more towards multi-level marketing type companies, but they had a lot of really good things to say. So I plugged in and I listened and went through one of their programs and really liked what they had to say because it made sense. And that was that we don't build teams through spamming or selling. We build teams through building relationships with people. And so our work is really about building relationships, getting to know people, letting people get to know you, to like you, to trust you. Because people aren't going to buy from strangers very often. They're going to buy from people they know, like, and trust. Unless that stranger is super charismatic and makes promises that people really believe in, they're probably not going to do that great. I think the landscape is changing. I know the landscape is changing. It's not what it used to be. And I, as somebody that's been online for over 20 years, I've witnessed that landscape change. I've witnessed not so many people working online to millions and millions and millions of people coming on every day. I've witnessed the change in the algorithms that are really focused on profits for the company. So YouTube, for example, is really focused on profits for YouTube. They don't really care about the person that's putting up videos on YouTube. What they care about is, are those videos going to make me money? Are they going to generate an income? Are they going to get enough attention from people? Do people like the videos? Are they watching it? Is there retention? Because retention means that they can have more advertising and make more money. So that's really the game. And it can be hard for people like me who's introverted and sensitive to have to deal with stuff like that, with the algorithms and trying to do the right things to get the algorithms to promote my videos. I have another couple channels, so this isn't my first rodeo. It's been really challenging to try to get those videos out there. And here I am starting over with a new channel, knowing that it can be really challenging. The only thing right now is that I'm in a lot more popular niche, and that can be good or bad. It can be good in that there's more people searching for what I'm offering. The bad part is there's more people offering what people are searching for. So it can be a challenge, but believing in yourself is so important. We can meet that challenge. We can use attraction marketing / relationship building, because that's what it is. And we can create a magnet that attracts the right people, the people that are in alignment with what you're talking about. And each one of us have a unique angle. If you're somebody that's just going to come in and copy, and a lot of salespeople, they teach copying. They go find the top channels and copy them, copy their titles, copy their ideas. I don't feel like that's the way, because those big channels that you're copying are the ones that are going to get the attention and the views, and you're just a copycat. You're not offering anything unique. And each one of us have something unique about us. Like for me, for example, I have a background in counseling and hypnotherapy and coaching and writing and developing people. And I'm a foodie. I have an interest in eating healthy and taking care of myself. And so that angle I bring to the table. And I'm also a part-time nomad. I travel part of the year in my RV and visit beautiful places and work from wherever I'm at. So I have all these things that make me me, that I can use. And each one of us are like that. We all have a set of skills, a set of knowledge, wisdom that we can bring to the table that will allow us to find our tribe, to find the right people that would benefit from what it is that we have to offer. So that's my plan. Is I am working really hard now. I'm just launching. I'm just getting started to go this new direction so that I can build residual income for my future. And my first goal is to make $1,600 a month residual income. I know a lot of people are like, well, why so low? Why don't you say 5,000 or 10,000 like everybody else does? Well, it's going to take me a lot longer to get there. I wanted a smaller goal that would be life-changing for me. If I had $1,600 a month coming in extra of residual income, that would be life-changing for me. So that's my first goal. And it's still a goal that's going to require a lot of work because your first few months are always going to be the hardest in a new business model like this, any business. You got to be willing to invest in yourself and do the work, not just the physical work that you have to do, but you got to do the personal growth work. Expand yourself, grow yourself so that you meet your fear and break through it and develop courage and do it afraid, whatever it takes. So 1,600 is my first goal. I'm not really attached to how long it's going to take me to do it, but I do have a bit of a 10-year plan. I'm going to be 65 on my birthday. I want to continue working for another 10 years. And then after that 10 years, I will do maintenance. So that just means to work with the people that I already have to help them to be successful. But the first 10 years, I'm going to be building that income. And it would be nice if I'd reach my 1,600 goal in the next 3 months, but I just know that I don't want to get discouraged if I don't. I want to be able to give myself the time to learn what I need to learn to be successful. But I feel like this is a great model for somebody that doesn't have a retirement income. I've gone on to some of the Zoom calls and seen some of the people on Zoom that are either interested in this business or doing this business. And a lot of them are seniors. A lot of them look like they might not be so healthy. They might not be taking the best care of themselves, but they're still there. And the beauty of that is that maybe this would give them the opportunity to start taking better care of themselves. I mean, I've heard stories of people saying, I've never been disciplined before, and because of this business, I'm so disciplined that I've lost 40 pounds. So it's really a beautiful thing to plug in to people that are going to support you in becoming the best version of yourself. And becoming the best version of yourself isn't just about how much money do you make, because that's not really celebrated so much in this business that I'm in, the company that I'm aligned with. It's not all about, well, how much money did you make this week? It's about who are you becoming? What are your wins? What are your successes? And if your success is I lost 40 pounds, even when the business has nothing to do with weight loss at all, that's a win still, because you've developed the skills to be disciplined enough to do what it takes to lose 40 pounds. And that's what we have to do with the money too. We have to develop the discipline to do what it takes to make the money that we want to make. And that means going through the hard times. I don't know about you, but I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And if this is something that interests you, I hope that you will follow my journey, subscribe to the channel, and if you're curious about what I'm doing, I will put a link in the description. Thank you so much for being with me, for listening, and I hope it's been inspirational for you. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.